warning.
There's only one way to find out.
We should stop listening.
It's too late.
I'm praying for you.
What were you thinking? You shouldn't have listened to all of them. It's what she wants.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Arcane Wolf Show and another Wolfpack Media presentation in general. And in this video, we will be reviewing the new horror movie that just came out on Friday, Undertone, which by the way, I saw on opening day. I meant to do a review for you guys after watching the movie, but these last few days I've been going through some fucked up shit. I'm all good now. But anyways, yeah, so let's dive into the Undertone review. So anyways, as a Christian and a podcaster, I had to review this movie, and you'll understand why here in a minute. So the synopsis revolves around a girl named Evie Babbage, who is a podcaster that covers supernatural things, scary things, and demonic things on her podcast. Which probably isn't a good thing coming from a Christian, but I still like watching those videos sometimes online, like creepypastas and whatnot. But anyways, her co-host, which we never see on screen, named Justin, says, hey, for this episode, I'm going to send you these 10 audio files of demonic things that happened after people have listened to them. It's audio files of this young couple. You know, keep an open mind, keep a strong mind, Evie. I know you're very skeptical. Which Evie is a very skeptical character, and you'll notice that mostly throughout the movie. And then once she starts getting scared and stops being skeptical like halfway throughout the movie, that's when you start really getting scared as the viewer. And speaking of views, the camera work in this movie was done flawlessly. It was really just done flawlessly. Sorry, guys, I had to take a message here. But yeah, so anyways... this movie was directed by Ian Tuason on a $500,000 budget. And you're probably not going to believe it after seeing this movie. You're like, no way, the quality's too good to be on a $500,000 budget. No, this movie was shot on a $500K budget, my guy. And A24 Films strikes back hard again. What is it with A24 Films coming up with all these good films last so many years? When they first started out, they were known for like shitty movies that go straight to DVD, But now they're actually getting some bangers in the theaters, guys. They're getting some bangers, and I really fuck with it. I don't know about y'all, but I fuck with it. But anyways, back to the synopsis of the movie. So yeah, as she plays these 10 audio recordings, creepier things keep happening. You get some jump scares, you hear some demonic shit, you hear voices, and every little thing you hear just gives you the chills, man. And then you think something's gonna pop up the window or through the door. You don't know what's gonna happen, and it has a really big build up too. And I'm just looking at my buddy Hunter, who I went to see in theaters with me, and he's a strong Christian just like me, and man, he was just as terrified. So yeah, this movie isn't really going to get you in like slasher aspects or like, full-on ghosts running around or demons running around. It's not going to be one of those horror movies you're used to seeing. It's more psychological. So this movie kind of reminded me of a little bit of White Noise, Sixth Sense, The Ring, but also its own little thing. And I really appreciate it for what it was. But yeah, this movie is mostly an audio fuck. There is a lot of jump scares too. And the lore, by the way, the lore behind this movie is very demonic, goes deep into Christian, Islam, and Jewish culture when it comes to dealing with the demon that I'm about to talk to you about. So there's a lot of lore, and the lore is disturbing and demonic as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's also a lot of history behind it. So a lot of these audio clips you hear being played, you notice that some of them are children nursery rhymes being played backwards, like Ba Ba Black Sheep, London Bridge is Falling Down, Ring Around the Rosie, and then you start finding these hidden messages of like creepy shit like, kill this person, or this happened to my baby, or blah, 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 or or like a scream, or a whine, or like the sound of somebody being suffocated. It was just terrible. But, and then we go to find out that what happened to that couple in that these audio recordings that we heard. We're finding out that this demon Abazu is the taker of children, kind of like the demon Moloch or Baal, taker of children. The difference between them and Abazu is Abazu will target the woman bearing the child, and will make the woman go crazy and then kill her baby. So this demon is the taker of children, and usually targets families where the man has cheated on the wife. Obviously, you know, nobody should cheat on their wife, but that's still pretty fucked up. And then it even ties back to like people like King Solomon, which we already know. If you're a Christian, you already know how King Solomon's story ended. Not very well. This guy should have kept his pee-pee in his pants and shouldn't have got power hungry. But anyways, yeah, like this movie had a lot of disturbing messages involving like the sacrifice of children, besides the jump scares and the audio fuck. But yeah, as these audio recordings keep going on, Justin's like, hey, do you need to take a break? And they end up dividing the podcast in like a few episodes. Like she'll play a few, stop. Okay, that was too much. She'll play a few, like, okay, really stop. And near the end, when you heard the recording out of the TV, and then the chick's face on the screen was really creepy, where she's like, you shouldn't have played all 10 files. That was creepy as fuck. Or with the mom that doesn't say anything and just sits still. I already knew she was going to play a role in this movie. So long story short, Evie played all the recordings, and her mom ends up going crazy. She goes upstairs. Abazu takes control of Evie and her, and you see Evie going crazy. She's drawing all these weird fucking drawings. So yeah, and then I guess she ends up snapping and killing her mom, from what I'm gathered. Abazu, I guess, made her go batshit crazy. So yeah, if I ever get a message saying, hey, I got 10 recordings, I'm not going to play them. That's all I got to say. But yeah, dude, this movie had a big build-up, too. And the build-up could have been a lot scarier, in my opinion, but it was still a big build-up. Is this movie overhyped? Most definitely. I definitely think it could have been a little better. But I would give this movie a solid 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. It did really good with the environment, the camera angles, the lore on Christianity and demonism. Just the characters had really interesting stories. And it really also gets you mentally, too. Like when you, like with the mom especially, like, oh, I died because I guess she died from heartbreak because Evie wouldn't like come and pray with her or visit her or talk to her a lot. It made me think like, oh, I should call my mom, dude. It played with my head too. But no, this movie is very psychological. So if you're looking for a slasher or something bloody and gory or something with a whole, like, nothing but jump scare after jump scare after jump scare, this is not the movie for you. You'll get good jump scares, but it's mostly psychological and audio and folklore and demon based. So it's basically like, yeah, no different than watching, well, not Paranormal Activity, but no different than watching like Exorcist or, yeah, if you really like the movie Exorcist, you'll like this movie. I'll put that out there, which is, The Exorcist is also one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And by the way, guys, let me know in the comments what your favorite psychological horror movie is. And then I'll get back to you on that, because I really like to talk about psychological horror movies. Also, let me know what franchises that you like that started out psychological but then went slasher or supernatural or just went a whole nother route, kind of like Saw, torture porn. I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, let me all know what you got to say in the comments, and thank you all for your support so far. Love you guys, and stay ready for our next video. And that was my review on Undertone. Arrgh!